anniversary of Survivor Series, and be it that in 1990 The Undertaker made his debut at Survivor Series, I can't see Survivor Series coming and going, passing us by without The Undertaker having a significant involvement, which could play out as the wild card, which determines the conclusion of the Survivor Series match, Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. And we have a platter of different individuals involved in this match: Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose. The list goes on. It's fantasy warfare getting real, more real than it ever has before, and the possibility of dream matches and collisions we could see in this match. And now that The Undertaker is playing in as the wild card for either side here, really just having it divided down the middle, who's he going to side with in this feud, saying that Team Raw had better rest in peace. It gives us the impression The Undertaker pretty much is coaching SmackDown Live's team and putting a lot of pressure on the shoulders of SmackDown Live. He said that if SmackDown Live didn't come through with the victory, he was going to give them a reason to fear him. So that's raising a lot of questions. AJ Styles versus The Undertaker is what I'm leaning towards, in a possible reign of The Undertaker as champion. Probably a 6-7-time champion we're going to see The Undertaker get to by the time he retires. He says he's not retiring anytime soon. He's in the best shape of his life, and he's back to take souls and dig holes. I really appreciated that. And something else that was really interesting about his promo, which was about 5 through 10 minutes long, when he came out and interrupted Edge in the cutting edge with Tony Chimel doing the ring entrances, was that WrestleMania was no longer going to define The Undertaker's streak was broken 2 years ago. Really appreciated that, because at least now that question is answered, whether or not we're going to be seeing The Undertaker. We're obviously going to be seeing him more now than just at WrestleMania every year, probably at major events like the Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, which have all expanded to 4 hours. By the way, Survivor Series is a special start time of 7 p.m. Eastern this Sunday, so starting an hour earlier, the first ever 4-hour Survivor Series. So be it that the major events through Royal Rumble through Survivor Series have all expanded to 4.5 hours, obviously The Undertaker could have a lot of influence on these major events if he's not just going to have something to do with WrestleMania every year. And Jerry Lawler's comments obviously are going to come back and haunt him when he said, why waste a draft on The Undertaker, a perfectly good draft, when The Undertaker's down to wrestling once a year? So obviously the critics now are going to be haunted by The Undertaker coming back now on what they've said, with The Undertaker returning full-time. Really excited about this, and I can't tell you how much I respect this. I've always had a great deal of respect for The Undertaker, where he came from, what he's been about, all the names that he has put in the win column. He's had a number of victories which significantly outnumber the number of times he's lost, and if you are one individual fortunate enough to have defeated The Undertaker, man, you are an elite class of individuals which very few people have become part of. The Undertaker's accumulated a fair number of victories, and I've had a lot of respect for him over the last 26 years. It's hard to believe 27 years we're coming up on for The Undertaker, nearly 3 decades of dominance. Nobody's been there this long. The Undertaker's been really loyal, extremely loyal to WWE, the same way Sting was always loyal to World Championship Wrestling, and now they are paying homage to this by having The Undertaker coming back, announcing that SmackDown's always been where he's been at, and this is where he's going to be staying, and we're going to have a lot of questions answered in the coming weeks in the fallout of Survivor Series, obviously with a big storyline on the way for SmackDown live every Tuesday on the USA Network. It's their new exclusive home, and they have John Cena, Randy Orton, and now The Undertaker obviously declaring his loyalty to SmackDown, which has gone nowhere over the last at least 10 through 15 years. It's an awesome time to be a wrestling fan, and a time that you should take advantage of. Again, you can get at me on Twitter with your opinion at Jonathan Clarke1 with a creative hashtag. I really appreciate that, and I will talk to you again next week.
Like what you hear? Tell us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
Don't go anywhere. HEW Entertainment Radio will return with the latest news, music, interviews, discussion, and Jonathan Clarke next.
When something takes place in the world of professional wrestling, you know where to go. WrestleZone.com. WrestleZone.com. Covering all the latest breaking news daily. Interactive forums where you can chat with thousands of other wrestling fans. Exclusive editorials and audio features by some of today's top wrestling superstars. Exclusive video content, weekly polls, live play-by-play coverage of every WWE and TNA pay-per-view. And now, featuring WrestleZone Radio, live with news, in-depth discussions, debates, and interviews with wrestling's top stars, past and present. When you think wrestling, think WrestleZone. WrestleZone.com.
He considers himself God's gift to wrestling, and millions of his faithful agree. With nearly 4 hours of footage and exclusive commentary and matches, this DVD chronicles Daniel's rise from Chicago's Windy City Wrestling to the Asylum in Nashville, and finally to the top of TNA. TNA Home Video presents Heaven Sent, Hell Bound, the best of Christopher Daniels. Available at most retailers and TNAWrestling.com.
Hey you right there, the one listening to this show. While you're tuning into this broadcast or when you read the news on WrestleZone.com, are you forming opinions of it all? Or do you just agree with everything you see and hear? If you actually have some sort of afterthought, which, by the way, is normal, we want to know what it is. There are thousands of wrestling fans just like you that simply can't hold their thoughts in either, and they let it all out in our interactive forums. You have a voice, so use it. Simply visit forums.WrestleZone.com. Don't just be active, be reactive in the official WrestleZone.com forums. For all the latest in mixed martial arts, be sure to visit WrestleZone's sister site, SureDog.com. Complete with daily news, exclusive video, interviews, live radio broadcast, interactive forums, and the very popular Fight Finder with bios and complete match-by-match histories of your favorite fighters. SureDog is the only place you need when it comes to mixed martial arts. Visit SureDog.com today.
Hi, my name's Adam Nudelman, but I play the Phantom on the radio. I'm here to remind you that, screw that, my book, Mysteries of Wrestling Solved, is available at finer bookstores everywhere. That stupid fake voice, I hate it. I wrote a book along with Sir Adam Kleinberg called Mysteries of Wrestling. It has the questions that you wanted answered. Why does Steve Austin hate Jeff Jarrett? Are referees really blind and stupid and dumb? Who is actually the toughest wrestler in the business outside of the ring? Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kamala. We get down and dirty with insider facts you've never read about anywhere else. So what are you waiting for? It makes a great stocking stuffer. You're too short, you buy 3 of them, you get tall, you just stand on them. Mysteries of Wrestling Solved by ECW Press, written by Sir Adam Kleinberg and Adam the Phantom Nudelman. Available everywhere. It's done. The plug is done. I'm done. I didn't sell it well enough. There's naked pictures of China in there. Okay? Thank you.
Available now on DVD. John Triton is on the toughest, most important mission of his life.
They have a hostage. It's my wife.
And with everything on the line,
I gotta do something, and I gotta do it now.
nothing and no one can stop him.
See, I tried to kill this guy twice today.
Now, see the Marine in a whole new way with the unrated version. Get more edge-of-your-seat action, more mind-blowing explosions, more of the Marine. This unrated version features material too hot for theaters, plus special behind-the-scenes features. John Cena is the Marine. Only unrated version. Available now on DVD. Rated version also available.
I know what you're thinking. I'm not a real athlete. I'm just a wrestler. I'm 6'10", 328 pounds.
I won boxing's Golden Gloves 3 years in a row.
I was a national champion at the University of Miami. My jersey was retired at Florida State.
I was the ultimate fighting champion.
When you step through those ropes, bad things do happen. Had over 200 stitches. I suffered a dozen concussions. A broken bone. A separated shoulder. Damn near broke my neck. still got up. This is who I am.
This is what I do. I'm not really an athlete.
This isn't real. Try lacing my boots.
Every day I train. Thousands of hours of practice.
Injuries can happen at any time.
My kneecap just kind of blew over to the side of my leg. I've torn the pectoral muscle completely off my shoulder.
I've had surgery 5 times in my left knee.
You do question, can I come back from this? My body,
my life is on the line.
Don't risk yours. Please, don't try this.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Clarke, the voice of HEW Entertainment Radio. For years, HEW Entertainment has been the #1 professional wrestling news website on the internet for good reason, including headlines, extensive video footage, a radio program weekly, a weekly column for our users to read, video footage from HEW Wrestling Network, a YouTube channel, a MySpace, a Facebook, everything that a professional wrestling news website should have. HEW